Hi, and welcome to Mask Off, where truth is revealed, no topic is off limits. And today, we're talking about finance and the 50-50 myth. I'm here to clear that rumor. So, welcome back to Mask Off, where the truth is revealed and no topic is off limits, no topic is off the table. I'm going to talk about it and I'm going to keep it real. And today, yes, we're pulling the mask all the way off. So, let's go ahead on and let's start this topic. Let's talk about finances and relationship. So, everyone believes the myth that finances in a relationship is 50-50. Specifically, this loud, popular, overused phrase that everybody is talking about and everybody surround themselves around like it's a law. It should be 50-50. Now pause. Because the moment you hear that people already got attitudes, some feel empowered, some feel triggered, some feel exposed, and hey, that's good. Because if that conversation make you feel some type of way, that's a conversation that needs to be had. That's a conversation that Ms. Black talking about right here and right now, because finances need to be discussed. That's something that needs to be brought to the table before you move forward in a relationship. Now let me say this loud, clear, and unapologetically. 50-50, it sounds fair, but fairness and reality, that's not the same thing. Everybody wants equal, but nobody wants to talk about effort, income gaps, sacrifices, the timing, the expectations. Everybody's screaming the 50-50 myth. It is a myth because somewhere one person always paying more, doing more, stressing more, sacrificing more, while the other person is getting a free ride. So let's be real. If one person makes significantly more than their partner and still expects the other person to keep up just to prove that they are worthy, that's not a partnership. That's pressure you're applying. Because you make more and you feel empowered. So you're going to apply the pressure on your partner. Because they can't bring to the table what you are bringing to the table. And if one person used 50-50 as an excuse to avoid stepping up, leading, or being consistent, that's not equality. That's convenience for them. That's a free ride they're looking for. You see, because the problem is not money. The problem is just a lack of honesty in their relationship. People don't want to balance. They want control. They're not looking for fairness. They want control. But here's the truth. Here is the truth. And I'm going to say it aloud. Relationships are not 50-50. They are 100-100. Just not always at the same time. They are 100-100, but there are circumstances and situations that might make it maybe 70-30, maybe 60-40, because sometimes situations present itself and you may have to carry the weight and do a little more. But then when that person get back up on their feet or whatever the situation may be, it should go back to 100-100. Sometimes one person is caring more financially, or they're caring more emotionally, or one person is building while the other person is supporting. And that doesn't make anyone weak. What makes a relationship weak is keeping score instead of building together. I did this and I paid that, and you don't do this and you don't do that. That's keeping score. No. Again, you're still applying pressure on your partner about what is it that he or she can't do or what they're not bringing to the table. If you truly love someone, you want nickel and dime them. You want weaponize your money to bring down their self-worth in the relationship. You don't say, well, I paid this last time and you owe me this and I did this and you didn't do that. No, you don't say none of that. That's like, it's giving roommate energy. It's like you're in a business transaction type of energy. But it's not a partnership energy. Nothing about that say, you are my partner. We are equal. We are 100. And let's talk about expectation, because that is where it gets real messy. If you want traditional treatment, you can't offer modern inconsistency. If you want someone to provide, protect, and lead you, you can't demand full independence only when it benefits you, because hey, they providing the protection, they leading you, they supporting you. So how are you going to claim your independence? Now let's flip it over. Because if you expect someone to go 50-50, you do not get control. You can't dominate, you can't dictate, you can't do like you carrying it all and they just there just to be there. No, you don't get equal bills but unequal power. Let me take that mask off. That's not how that works. Real partnerships or real relationships says, let's talk about money. Let's be honest about what we can and what we cannot do. We don't shame each other. We don't tear each other down for where we are or what we have. We adjust. We don't argue. We plan, but we don't compete, because we in this together. So why are we competing? This is us. We're trying to build a future. So why are we competing? Real love isn't about who paid what, who did this, who did that. It's about, are we building or are we just surviving? Because here's another hard truth. A lot of relationships fail because, let me say this, a lot of relationships fail not because of a lack of love, but because of the unspoken words about money and the resentment around money. It'll dwindle a relationship. If you can't talk about money, it'll dwindle a relationship like right quick in a hurry. So you should be able to talk about it. But some people stay quiet. They get bitter. They start to pull back because they're uneasy about the conversation. That's not something they want to talk about. And then one day they explode and everybody is shocked because where's all this coming from when you ignored the conversation? You didn't want it to be had. And that's something that we should talk about. Money in a relationship, it needs to be had. It needs to be talked about. You need to know what your partner is bringing to the table. Y'all need to know each other's debts. Everything that involves money needs to be brought so y'all can see how y'all going to work through it. And again, if you're making this much money and your partner making this much money, you might have to do a little more until they can meet you 100. But you don't get a free ride. You gotta get up there so that way it can be equal and y'all can both do 100. So that way it'll keep arguments. It'll keep a healthy relationship, and it'll keep y'all focused on building and growing together. Now, as I say, I took the mask off on finances in a relationship. If money is the biggest thing that's holding your relationship together, or if it's tearing it apart, then the issue is not the numbers, it's the mindset. Because if you only focus on the money aspect of the relationship, it can't work. It will dwindle. Stop copying what y'all see on social media. What the social media says a relationship should look like. Step into the real world. Hey, that social media, it'll mess up some relationship if you believe that's what it's supposed to be like. Stop copying what you see on social media. Stop forcing that 50-50 myth when life isn't 50-50. Let go of that myth in it. Take it out of your vocabulary. It should never exist in a relationship 50-50. It should be 100-100. Stop shaming your partner for needing help because they feel a little short and they need you to just pull that load. But when they get back up on their feet, hey, I'm gonna meet you back 100. But that's what a real relation do. It survives. It has each other back. But it doesn't place a 50-50 placard. And most importantly, stop pretending love is equal when the effort in the relationship is not. The effort has to be equal. Y'all both have to be in this together so that y'all can build together, so that y'all can survive together, so y'all can move forward in your relationship and be healthy, and finances, money don't keep resurfacing and dwindling your relationship. So before you step into a relationship, you meet someone, hey, don't be afraid to talk about it. Bring that up. That's a conversation that needs to be had. Let's talk finances. Let's see your debts. Let's see where you work, how much money you bring to the table. Let's see our income combined, how we gonna settle this out, and who's gonna do what. No one's gonna be in control. No one has to ask when to spend. Or it's a partnership. It's 100-100. Y'all have to do this together. It's not 50-50. Lose that myth. If this step on your toes, good. That means you heard what I said. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Miss Black was back on tonight. She was talking about finances. That's just a myth. You don't have to believe her, but you'll see it if you continue to use the 50-50 myth in your relationship, because you're going to continue to have problems behind that 50-50 myth. Lose that myth. She was talking real talk. It's 100-100. It's about not survival, but it's about building. And in order to build together, you have to meet each other 100-100. This is Mask Off. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. I'm bringing it. This is not over. We have a lot to talk about relationships, and I'm going to continue to step on toes. So continue to follow me, like, subscribe, turn your notifications on. I'm gonna go live eventually, and I just love anything you want to talk about. Drop it in the comments and I'll talk about it. Look, I'm not the expert on relationships, but I'm honest, and I'm gonna give you truth. I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm not gonna be one-sided. I'm just bringing truth. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, subscribe, continue to follow me, keep your notification on, and I'll see you next time. Signing off.